Welcome to virtualsheetmusic.com. I'm Robert Estrin with a presentation today in the Technique series. Today's question is, how do you execute ornamentation in music? This is an excellent question, and there's so much we could cover in this. But what I decided to do is demonstrate with a slow movement of Bach. Now, why Bach of all composers? After all, ornamentation is used in different period styles. Well, the Baroque era Johann Sebastian Bach lived in was known for its ornamentation. In fact, even the architecture, art, and everything about the period was very ornamented. So, the music of that time, there was a great deal of flourishing that was left up to the individual performers to execute. Now, if you look at Baroque editions, you'll see little squiggly lines, and there are books written about how to play them. The fact of the matter is, if you read a book that was written, for example, in the 21st century, compared to a book written in the 1970s, compare that to what they thought these squiggly lines meant in the 1930s, and so on and so forth, you'll find there are many different varying opinions. And indeed, if you listen to recordings of the very same pieces, people do all kinds of different ornamentation. After all, it's an opportunity to play expressively, to improvise, if you will. So I'm going to play the Sarabande movement, the first section of the Bach Fifth French Suite, the G major French Suite, and I'm going to attempt to play it without any ornamentation, which I just did in my head for the first time in preparation for this video, so you can hear what it sounds like without any ornamentation at all. Then the second time through, I'm going to add ornamentation freely, where it's marked, and even some places where it's not necessarily marked, to show you the difference of what can be done, one possibility for ornamentation. If you want a reference, there are excellent resources. For example, the Bischoff editions of Bach have a table right at the beginning that shows one interpretation of what the various squiggly lines, turns, and all of that from trills and mordents and all the rest mean, and some of them are in combination, so they can get pretty complicated. Listen to this music and you'll get a taste of what I'm talking about. You can reference the score in that one to get an idea of what's possible. The way trills are played, they can start on the auxiliary note, that is the note above the trill, or on the note of the trill. So a trill can be played or starting in the upper note, or it can start on the lower note, then go to the upper note. Or it can start on the upper note and delay. There are so many different ways to play just a trill, and that's only one of many ornaments. So the key is to listen, experiment, see what you like. Of course, you want to get some range of where you fit into what people are used to hearing, but there are many different possibilities for ornamentation, and I believe it's great to explore them. Bring something unique to the character of your music with ornamentation, not just in Bach, but in Mozart, in Beethoven, in Chopin. Trills are an opportunity to be truly expressive, not just in the way you play, but the very notes you play. Thanks for joining me, Robert Estrin, here at Virtual Sheet Music.